Hey guys, it's Bonnie. Today I'm going to talk about my most anticipated albums for the months of August and September. I was just going to do an overall fall kind of release album excitement thing, but basically all the albums I want to talk about are in August and September, so yeah, let's get right into it. The first, and I believe the only album in August, comes out near the end of August. I think it's August 22nd, but I'm not positive. And that is the debut album from Broods, titled Evergreen. I don't know, Broods is kind of an alternative pop indie kind of band. A brother and sister duo from New Zealand, yes. And they actually have the same producer as Lorde, so you know it's gonna be good. Right now, I believe they only have an EP out, and it's an amazing EP, so I highly suggest you go listen to it. I'm pretty sure it's just self-titled. You know, just look up Broods, it'll all be good. Yeah, I discovered this band back in April, because my local radio station here in my state, Wisconsin, so Milwaukee, but I don't live, never mind. Anyway, they were putting on this, sound check session where the band just came and played a few songs, and then we got to, hang out, meet them, take pictures. It was a good time. I was really close to the stage. I could literally touch them if I wanted to. They gave us free pizza. It was such a great time. Really nice experience. But that is where I first got to hear them live as well, so I know they are the real deal, because they sounded fantastic. Georgia, I believe that's how you say her name, her voice is beautiful. I loved it, and yeah, I'm really excited for the debut album. It's gonna be so good! If you watched my July wrap-up, you would have heard their song, Mother and Father, which is the first single off of the album, in that video. So if you didn't watch that, I'll, put it on the screen here and link it down below. Because you can kill two birds with one stone. Watch my video and listen to their song. So when the next album I'm going to talk about comes out September 16th, and it is by another band that I got to experience this little soundcheck session with, hang out, really exclusive, cool stuff. And that is Sir Sly, and they are a alternative rockish, punkish band. Indie alternative band, yeah, basically. And their album is going to be called You Haunt Me? I believe that's what it's called, am I right? Yeah, it's going to be called You Haunt Me, and they actually already have the title track for that album out, so you can go listen to that now. And they also have an EP and a couple singles, which are so freaking good. You gotta listen to this band, guys. They're gonna be big. You may have heard of them if you happened to go see the 1975 on tour this summer, I believe it was, yeah. I didn't, but I know that they were opening for the 1975, I think pretty much every date. So, yeah, maybe you've heard of them, and if you heard them at the concert, they're freaking great live, too.
Well, mouth's made of metal, pocket full of yellow, pocket full of gold, and I hope you find your dream.
So check them out. That was really weird. Next album I want to talk about is Alt J's new album. Ugh, I love Alt J. They are another, alternative indie band. Look, there's a pattern here. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, they have some pretty good music. Their previous album was called... Oh man, what was their previous album called? Their previous album was called An Awesome Wave, and it had a lot of good music on that. I am particular to Breeze Blocks. That was my, song of the summer last year. So I'm super excited for their new album. Love Alt J. It's gonna be a good time. Oh, and Alt J's album comes out on September 22nd. Sorry, I didn't even say that. And I think, did I say it's called This Is All Yours? Because it's called This Is All Yours, so... The next and kind of final album that I'm super duper excited for comes out September 23rd. And it is Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett's album, Cheek to Cheek. Yes, I'm so excited for this album. You don't even understand. It's completely different from all the other albums I talked about so far. It is, obviously Tony Bennett is a classical artist, and Lady Gaga is not a classical artist, but she can be, because they released the first single. I believe it's called Anything Goes. Or anything something. I'll put the name here if I'm wrong, but yeah, I really like it. I really like, you know, classic kind of big voices, jazzy pieces, you know, like Frank Sinatra, all that kind of stuff. So I'm so excited because Lady Gaga is also one of my favorite artists, and her and Tony Bennett, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Now I have some albums that I'm not particularly over the moon excited for, but I'm probably going to check them out just because I've maybe heard a few other things from said artist, and I'm kind of intrigued. I'm interested. I'm going to see what they're all about. First one I want to talk about is Karen O's new album, Crush Songs. Now, I really haven't listened to much of Karen O at all, except for the Moon song from the movie Her, and that was pretty darn good. So, I mean, like, I want to kind of check her out and probably check out some of her old stuff as well. I just realized I haven't done that yet. And that album comes out on September 9th. The next two albums I'm kind of intrigued by also come out on September 23rd, the same day as Lady Gaga's album with Tony Bennett. Or Tony Bennett with Lady Gaga, whatever. But, it is, first of all, Lights album. I don't really know much about Lights. I've heard a little bit of her. I'm not, like, super into her, but, like, from what I've heard, she's okay. I want to check out her other songs as well as her new album just to get a better opinion. But she certainly is dedicated, I'll give her that. Like, 'cause I read up on the Wikipedia that she changed her name to Lights so that she could have this title for her, you know, self as music. Because there's already a band called Lights, apparently. And so she legally changed her name to Lights. That's dedication. That's dedication. Next one, and that was, her album is called Little Machines, and like I said, it comes out September 23rd. The next one I'm interested in is Marketa Irglova's album Muna. Yeah, also September 23rd. I haven't really listened to much of Marketa Irglova on her own, like her own music and stuff, but I loved her on the Once soundtrack, and I love listening to those songs, so I know I like her voice. I just have to see if I like her style of music. So I'm going to check that out as well. Okay guys, that is all I have to talk about for the upcoming album releases of September and August. August and September, that makes more sense. Let me know if I left out any really good artists, and you're like, what? You didn't even mention them, and they have an album coming out. Okay guys, so that is all I have to say for this video. I will see you in my next one. Goodbye. That was a really weird bye. I can't wait for people to hear Lady Gaga's voice on this album, because I know it's gonna blow the roof off the place and people are gonna be like, that's Gaga? That's Lady Gaga?